Hi, this is Paul from xBratAlgos.com and welcome to the bootcamp for our auto traders. In this particular lesson, we are just going to cover the standard settings, the general settings to all three xBrat auto traders, the xBrat Algo, the xBrat Roller Coaster and the xBrat Range Breakout. So let's go through them. So general settings, standard to all xBrat auto traders. So this is the back end on the auto traders. So the main first section is the properties section. So we're going to go through it number by number and we are going to cover roughly exactly what it means. So number one, select sim or real account here. So obviously when you're first starting out, you're just going to run it on sim, but when you're ready to send a strategy live, you would click the down arrow, select your account, and when you click apply, it will be live on your live account. Okay, number two, the default option here to calculate is on bar close, and that's recommended with all xBrat algos. But again, if you're a sophisticated trader and want to check out other ways of optimizing this strategy, that is an option. So number three, this will identify the xBrat auto strategy. So in this case, it's the xBrat range breakout. That just identifies which strategy you're working on. Number four, okay, maximum bar look back is set to 256. That is all that's needed for any of the auto strategies from xBrat. Making it longer will slow down the NinjaTrader platform, so be aware of that. Number five, okay, number five, bars required to trade. The default is set to 0, so the auto trader will take trades on the next candle after the close of the signal candle. So if the entry requirements are met, obviously. We're going to discuss those in individual strategy boot camps. Number six, okay, so wait until flat, the start behavior. So this is default, wait until flat, and it allows any open trade on a specific instrument strategy to be flat closed before another signal trade is instigated. There are more aggressive options for those sophisticated traders. Okay, number seven, we have checking this box and clicking the apply button when it appears makes the strategy active. Unchecking and then clicking the apply button again as the strategy disables that strategy on the instruments you're working on. On the chart itself on the right hand side, we have a pane like this here. So you can actually click where it says real-time enabled to disable it as well on the chart. So real-time enabled on the chart is checked as default. So that's number 8. So you see where it's checked here. So real-time enabled on the chart is set as default. So when you go through that process in number 7, when you activate your strategy, it's enabled real time. If you uncheck this, however, you make the strategy active, but the real time is not enabled. So as a safety mechanism, you could in fact uncheck number 8, and when you've got your all of your different strategies on different charts all done and ready to go, you can just go along on the charts and click that real-time enabled button there. It's just an option for you, just some extra safety measures as well. Okay, number 9, long trades enabled, checked as default. However, you may find when optimizing the strategies it is better shorts only, for example, so you will uncheck this box so longs are disabled, and that looks something like this on the chart here. So underneath the logo, you've got the real-time enabled, and you see on this particular strategy longs are disabled. It's a shorts only type strategy, so that will be in red. Number 10, short trades enabled, again checked as default and works just like the longs. If you uncheck it, it won't trade any short trades. Number 11, historical trades enabled. This is checked as default and therefore will show all previous trades by the auto strategy on the chart. This is key when optimizing strategies, and we'll go through that in one of the later optimization masterclasses, because it's not just important to understand the data. You need to understand the behavior to actually see those trades on the chart, or what time of the day it is and how it's behaved is very, very crucial. So we have that checked as well. Number 12, chart trader state on startup is hidden. So this is hidden as default, which means that the chart trader panel on the right of the chart is hidden, but you will still see the orders, the entries, the stops on the chart where they are active. Word of warning here, the NinjaTrader system will take the last actions you make when working on auto traders. So if you're working in sim, for example, it will only show the orders, the entries, the stops on sim charts. I'm going to go through this a little bit more in detail when we go through everything on live charts, as you have to change the chart trader back to live accounts to see them on live charts. So that's something we'll cover in a later session. Okay, number 13, chart trader account on startup set to match strategy account. So this can be turned off, but we recommend leaving this as default. Number 14, order error check frequency. So this is set to 10 seconds as default and is a safety mechanism for faulty orders, which can very occasionally happen under extreme volatility. Number 15, the data lag tolerance is set to 3 seconds as default. So if under extreme low or high volatility the data lag goes beyond 3 seconds, orders will not be placed. On the chart, this will appear as a message at the top of the chart in bright pink, so you can't miss it. Once the data lag goes, it will disappear, and again, this is a safety mechanism. So number 16, exit on session close is unchecked as default, so trades can be carried over to the next session after future session breaks. If you don't want to carry trades over because you're on a funded challenge or something like that, and you don't want to take that risk, or you're not allowed to, you must check this box. This will affect your optimization, so it's something you need to decide on right at the beginning when you're optimizing. Okay, the profit and loss protection. This is the settings for the sub chart on your charts, which shows your P&L. So 17 and 18, this is for the profit and loss sub chart on your charts. This can be changed, but we recommend to have the same time on all your charts. So the black vertical line on your chart here on the sub chart shows when the tracker is reset. So basically it's reset at 1500 EST every day, because that's on this particular chart, and it's just the P&L's reset each day. You have to have that, so we just recommend sticking to that same time each day. So 19 and 20, max profit mode. Okay, so max profit mode is the most it's important and used as part of the optimization process, which I will go through on another session. So when the profit hits your maximum for the day that you set for that particular instrument, no more trades will happen on the particular instrument strategy you are running. This is a discipline that traders find hard to do, but if you're also trading, you've optimized, and if this triggers, then you're protecting on the P&L on the sub chart, and that's displayed as blue. So this is another sub chart for xBrat range breakout. We can see here this blue vertical line and then the blue horizontal line. That means you've hit the max profit. It's not going to take any more trades today. 21-22 max loss mode. It's important, and it used part of that optimization process again, and I'll go through this in the optimization masterclasses. So as traders, we must accept that some trading sessions go against us, and we need to set max loss amounts for that particular strategy. So you could be trading 6 different instruments, for example, and NQ is just having a bad day. what we want to do is say to ourselves, right, the max loss value, you know, if it was MNQ, would be a -100, for example. If that's hit during the first or the second trade or whatever it is, it won't trade for the rest of the day. The main setting to be used on this is the daily strategy loss amount just here. Okay, so there are other settings here. We can look at strategy loss amount total. We can look at account loss percentage, daily account loss, but there's lots of settings here. The default setting is daily strategy loss amount, and that's one of the things I look at when I'm optimizing these strategies, and we'll go through that in a masterclass. You just say, right, you know, if it goes against me, $450, that's it. I don't want to trade anymore on that instrument. That shows up as red on your sub chart. So again, vertical line in red, you'll see the horizontal line for the rest of that day, and it will not take a trade. Another safety mechanism here. So number 23, max profit drawdown mode. It's disabled as default, as we're not putting on 10 plus trades a day with crazy scalping strategies and things like that. So, but again, for those sophisticated traders, you can start to mess around with those settings there on that max profit drawdown. So number 24 is the max number of wins. So you may wish to stop trading if you've had 2 wins for the day to protect your profits, and you haven't quite reached that max profit for the day as well. So it's disabled to begin with, but you can look at per day, consecutive per strategy enabled, consecutive per day. So if you have, for example, 2 consecutive wins for the day, you might say that's enough, I don't want to trade anymore. Or you've just had 2 wins in the day, you know, you've had a loser in there as well. So there's lots of options, but we have this disabled to begin with. Again, part of that optimization process. And then number 25 is the opposite way around, max number of losses. So you may have reached your, you know, may not have reached that max loss limit yet, but you've had 3 losing trades in a day. Even though they were small, that may take you over that maximum consecutive losers in your performance report. That you may have run a performance report for the last 60 days for a 1-minute scalping type strategy, and that max consecutive losers has only ever been 3. So if you get to that third one, you want to stop trading for that day because that's reached that maximum. So that's another option as well. Okay, so there's some customizable bits and bobs on there for those P&L plots, so you can just change the colors really if you want to. There's some options there as well. So the trading sessions option is disabled as default. So you see the arrow at the top here, trading sessions mode, that's disabled as default, which means the auto trader will trade anything as long as the markets are open. Okay, and that's the start point for when we're optimizing as well. Then we have 2 options when we click the down arrow here. We have the select days is a maximum of 15 sessions. So by a session, I mean the time slots on a specific day that you want the auto trader to be active. So if we have select days, for example, session 1, remember we've got 15 of these, we're saying from Monday 9 a.m. to Monday 11 a.m. I want this particular strategy to run and be live. And then you'll see further down we've got Monday 1 p.m. to Monday 3 p.m. If you want to flatten at the end of that session, so if you're in a trade and you don't want to carry it over that particular session, that particular 11 a.m. time, there's that option as well. So the next are all days. So there's 10 sessions because it will trade every day between the hours you set. So in this example, every day at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. will be traded. And again, you can flatten at the end of that session. You'll see 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. And it goes on and on and on. So when you're doing that, and when we do this optimization masterclass, you'll see how I use these to really define when the auto trader is active and live and wanting to trade, and when it's not, even though the normal trading session is taking part. Because when you're optimizing, you're finding the best days of the week to trade and the best times of the day, and when they start to reoccur over a 60, 90 day or even a 30-day period if you're scalping, they're pretty hot parts of the day or days of the week that are good for that particular strategy. So the session that you choose the auto trader to be live has no gray zone at the foot of the main chart. So you see these gray zones here. This means that although real time is enabled at the top right here, the trades will not be taken during this period where this grey horizontal line is, where this first arrow is. When the grey line stops is when you've told it that is the time to trade. It's as simple as that. And that's what it looks like on the chart. This is a NASDAQ range breakout trade, for example. It goes long at this point here, takes a profit at this point here. But things to note that we've just discussed. The black vertical line here is where we do the profit reset if we've not got an active trade. The trade is still active, and this is your profit line coming through here. Eventually, when that does close, when that trade is taken out at this point here, that's the profit. So that's the P&L for there. So this P&L will not be reset until then 1500 the next day. Okay, so that's just that very briefly. When we go through the boot camp for the range breakout, you'll understand where it says here confirmation. This is a confirmation trade management strategy for that breakout, but we're going to go through that in more detail during that particular boot camp. Okay, so next we have the remainder of the standard settings. I've skipped forward to 49 because we've got lots of different filters and options for all those days of the week, and those 15 and those 10, those 25 sessions there. So number 49, basically we've got options to change colors for real-time trading disables. Everything that you see on the chart, that max loss hit line, max profit drawdown, max profit hit, you can change all those colors if you wish. Number 50, this is the instrument and the time frame and the chart type. This is really changed and set as part of the loading up of the chart and the auto trader software. We'll cover that in the optimization process. So basically that's just confirming what you've set in the data series. So this is NASDAQ NQ, and it's on the 15-minute normal chart. If we were on a Heikin-Ashi chart, it would say Heikin-Ashi there. If it was a tick chart, it would say tick chart. So number 51, historical fill process. So this is important for running optimization and performance reports. We want it standard and the fastest that we can, and we need that historical data up to date, which is really, really important. So the two most important here out of all these settings are number 52, which is the slippage. So as a default, this is set to 2 and allows for up to 2 tick slippage when running back testing and performance reports. However, if you have an instrument like, it is either, high volatility like NASDAQ futures or large spreads like platinum, you may want to increase the number to reflect slippage that you've probably witnessed in the past, and it's best to get this right to help with the performance report accuracy. One of the things that the historical performance is, you're trying to get it as really accurate as possible, and it's a good part of that input process. If you've got an average of a 5 tick spread on platinum, you're going to get some slippage there. So running a performance report only with 2 tick slippage is not going to give a true reflection of how that particular strategy has performed. So number 53, basically the timing for. So good to close is the default. It's the most sensible, but you do have the day and GDD good till date if you want to use these types in your strategy. And again, for sophisticated traders, it's an option there if you have a particular instrument that you know how it behaves. Okay, so that's the basics, the standard settings to all of the xBrat auto traders. Next, you will be choosing which next bootcamp you're going to be watching. So whether it's the xBrat Algo, the roller coaster, or the range breakout. So they're more specific. The settings that are specific to those particular strategies. Again, these ones we've just covered are standard to all three.